Margaret was 68, healthy, and swore by her daily eggs. She boiled them, fried them, scrambled them, convinced she was nourishing her body. But what she didn't know was that the way she handled her eggs was slowly harming her. Not because eggs themselves are bad, but because of hidden mistakes. A yolk eaten the wrong way, a pan that leaches toxins, and simple storage habits quietly turned her breakfast into a potential source of bacteria. That's the part most people never talk about. Behind every eggshell are secrets the food industry doesn't want you to know. And for seniors over 60, these mistakes can mean the difference between strong muscles and rapid weakness, or even life and death. In this video, we'll go through the 7 egg mistakes, starting from number 7 and working down to the most dangerous, number 1. Stick around. Number 4 is a hidden error that doubles your risk of heart problems, and most seniors have been making it for years without realizing it. All the studies and references I've used are listed in the description, so you can check them yourself. Don't take anyone's word blindly. Before we dive in, I have a quick question. How old are you, and how do you usually eat your eggs? Fried, boiled, or scrambled? Drop your answer in the comments. I'll be reading and joining the conversation. Now, let's start with mistake number 7. It looks delicious on the plate, but it can land you in the hospital overnight. Mistake number 7. Eating runny eggs with a weak immune system. Runny eggs are appealing. The yolk drips golden and soft. But that center can hide something dangerous. Salmonella enteritis, a bacteria that infects eggs before the shell even forms. For healthy adults, a mild infection may cause diarrhea or cramps. For seniors, it can lead to sepsis, bacteria entering the bloodstream, and, in severe cases, death. According to the CDC, salmonella causes over 23,000 hospitalizations in the U.S. every year, with older adults among the highest risk groups. Imagine Margaret, now 72. She loved dipping toast into her soft-boiled egg every morning. One day, she was rushed to the ER with fever and chills. Doctors traced it back to the runny yolks she thought were harmless. Here's the science simplified. Heat kills salmonella. At 160 degrees Fahrenheit, 71 degrees Celsius, the bacteria are destroyed. But a runny yolk never reaches that temperature. Every bite is a gamble. For seniors, reduced stomach acid, a natural defense, means bacteria that would have been neutralized in younger years now pass through, multiply quickly, and can cause dehydration, organ stress, and bloodstream infections. The problem is that most seniors assume if an egg looks clean, it must be safe. But salmonella hides inside, not on the surface. Unlike spoiled milk or rotten meat, infected eggs don't smell or taste off. They look perfect until they make you sick. The solution isn't to give up eggs, it's cooking them properly. Scrambled, hard-boiled, or fried until the yolk is firm ensures that heat destroys any hidden bacteria. If you prefer runny eggs, opt for pasteurized ones. These are heated during processing enough to kill bacteria, but not enough to cook the egg. Runny yolks may look Instagram-worthy, but for seniors, they're a ticking time bomb. And the next mistake is even more common. It happens before you even crack the shell, right at the grocery store. Mistake number 6. Storing eggs near strong-smelling foods. Many seniors assume the refrigerator fully protects eggs, but the truth is surprising. Eggshells are not completely solid. They are porous, with up to 17,000 tiny holes. This means odors and gases from nearby foods can easily penetrate the egg. Placing eggs near onions, garlic, fish, or strong cheeses doesn't just affect taste. It can also compromise safety. Why does this happen? The pores in eggshells allow not only smells, but also bacteria-laden moisture from other foods to enter. A 2016 Journal of Food Protection study showed that eggs stored near raw fish absorbed volatile compounds and developed higher bacterial counts within days. For seniors with weaker immune systems, this creates a serious risk for foodborne illness. Consider Betty, 76. She stored her eggs on the fridge shelf above chopped onions and leftover fish. Her morning omelet tasted off, but she blamed the onions. Weeks later, she ended up in the ER with food poisoning. Her doctor explained that vapors had penetrated the eggshells, contaminating her food from the inside. Nutrient loss is another hidden danger. Eggs exposed to sulfur compounds from garlic or onions degrade faster, with vitamin A and lutein breaking down more quickly. Seniors rely on eggs for eye and brain health, so careless storage reduces these benefits. The fix is simple. Keep eggs in their original carton, away from strong-smelling foods, ideally in the coldest part of the fridge, not the door. The carton shields eggs from odors and moisture while maintaining a stable temperature. Storing eggs near strong-smelling foods might seem harmless, but for seniors, it's a silent mistake that spoils taste, reduces nutrients, and increases the risk of foodborne illness. The next mistake is even riskier because it happens during cooking, destroying eggs' health benefits before they reach your plate. Mistake number 5. Reheating boiled eggs in the microwave. It seems convenient. Boil eggs, store them, and microwave for a quick warm-up. But this simple habit can turn a healthy food into a hazard. When boiled eggs are microwaved, moisture inside turns to superheated steam. With the solid structure of the egg white and yolk, pressure has nowhere to escape, which can cause the egg to explode. In your hand, on a plate, or even in your mouth. A 2017 Journal of Food Science study found microwaved boiled eggs can reach internal pressures high enough to rupture the yolk with a pop. Injuries range from minor burns to serious damage. Seniors with thinner skin and slower reactions are especially vulnerable. Harold, 72, experienced this firsthand. He microwaved a boiled egg for 20 seconds. When he bit it, the yolk exploded like a firecracker, burning his lips and tongue. What seemed harmless led to a trip to the ER and weeks of recovery. Microwaving also changes egg proteins, making them rubbery and harder to digest. Seniors with reduced stomach acid may experience bloating, indigestion, or poor nutrient absorption. A safer approach is gentle reheating. Slice the egg and warm it in a pan over low heat, or place peeled eggs in hot water for a few minutes. These methods warm eggs safely without creating a ticking time bomb. Microwaving boiled eggs may save time, but for seniors, it's risky. Mistake number 4. Washing eggs before storing. Washing eggs seems logical. You bring them home, rinse them, and feel safer. But washing actually increases risk. Eggshells appear solid but have over 17,000 pores. Their surface has a natural protective coating called the bloom or cuticle, which blocks bacteria like salmonella. Washing eggs, especially under warm or running water, removes this coating. The result? The pores are open, allowing bacteria and moisture inside where they can multiply while the eggs sit in the fridge. A 2011 poultry science study found improperly washed eggs were 10 times more likely to test positive for salmonella than unwashed ones. For seniors, this is significant. Foodborne illness is harder to fight after 60, leading to longer recoveries, higher hospitalization rates, and even increased mortality. The solution isn't to give up eggs, it's cooking them properly. Scrambled, hard-boiled, or fried until the yolk is firm ensures that heat destroys any hidden bacteria. If you prefer runny eggs, opt for pasteurized ones. These are heated during processing enough to kill bacteria, but not enough to cook the egg. Runny yolks may look Instagram-worthy, but for seniors, they're a ticking time bomb. And the next mistake is even more common. It happens before you even crack the shell, right at the grocery store. Consider Ellen, 74, who always rinsed her eggs under the sink before storing them. One morning, she prepared scrambled eggs for herself and her husband. Within 24 hours, both became severely ill. Lab tests later revealed salmonella traced to eggs that had been washed and refrigerated for a week. Washing removed the protective coating, allowing bacteria to enter and multiply. The safest approach is to never wash eggs before storing. Keep them in their original carton, which protects them from odors and helps maintain the proper humidity. If eggs appear dirty, wipe them gently just before cooking, not before refrigeration. Always store eggs in the coldest part of the fridge, not the door, where temperatures fluctuate. Washing eggs might feel hygienic, but it can be a hidden health risk. Before we continue, if you're finding this video useful, tap the like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell to never miss important health tips like these. Mistake number 3. Cooking eggs in scratched Teflon pans. Non-stick pans have been marketed as the safest, easiest way to cook eggs. But there's a hidden danger. When Teflon pans become scratched, they can release toxic chemicals like PFAS, PFOA, and other fluorinated substances into food. These compounds do not break down in the body and have been linked to liver damage, thyroid disease, immune suppression, and even certain cancers. A 2020 study in Environmental Science and Technology confirmed that scratched or overheated nonstick cookware can release billions of microplastic-like particles in a single meal. Seniors are especially at risk because aging livers and kidneys detoxify chemicals less efficiently, allowing PFAS to accumulate over time. What seems like a simple fried egg could be exposing your body to toxins daily. Heating a scratched Teflon pan above 500 degrees Fahrenheit can also trigger Teflon flu, causing headaches, dizziness, and flu-like symptoms. Doris, 68, thought her scratched pan was harmless, but after years of use, she developed fatigue and thyroid issues. Her doctor noted that PFAS exposure could be a contributing factor. The solution is simple. Discard scratched non-stick pans and replace them with stainless steel, cast iron, or ceramic alternatives, which are safe when used properly. Never preheat an empty Teflon pan, as this speeds up chemical release. Cooking eggs in a scratched Teflon pan may seem convenient, but for seniors, it's a hidden toxin source. Mistake number 2. Eating only egg whites. For years, egg yolks were labeled as cholesterol bombs, leading many seniors to eat only egg whites. On the surface, this seems smart. Egg whites are pure protein and fat-free. But the truth is, discarding the yolk means losing nearly 90% of the egg's nutrients, which can silently impact vision, memory, and muscle strength. The yolk contains vital nutrients: vitamin D for bone health, choline for brain function and memory, lutein and zeaxanthin for eye protection, omega-3 fats for heart health. A 2017 study in the Journal of Nutrition found seniors consuming whole eggs had 30% higher levels of choline and lutein than those eating only whites. Both nutrients are associated with a lower risk of dementia and age-related macular degeneration. Choline builds acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter essential for memory. Deficiency can cause brain fog and increase dementia risk. Lutein and zeaxanthin accumulate in the retina, acting as natural sunglasses that filter harmful blue light. Without them, vision protection is compromised. The solution isn't to give up eggs, it's cooking them properly. Scrambled, hard-boiled, or fried until the yolk is firm ensures that heat destroys any hidden bacteria. If you prefer runny eggs, opt for pasteurized ones. These are heated during processing enough to kill bacteria, but not enough to cook the egg. Runny yolks may look Instagram-worthy, but for seniors, they're a ticking time bomb. And the next mistake is even more common. It happens before you even crack the shell, right at the grocery store. For seniors, vision can decline faster than expected. Take Linda, 70, for example. She stopped eating egg yolks for years because she believed they were bad for cholesterol, sticking to just egg whites. Over time, she noticed her memory slipping, and her doctor warned her about early macular degeneration. Once she added whole eggs back into her diet, her nutrient levels improved and her vision stabilized. Egg whites provide protein, but the yolks contain vital nutrients the body desperately needs. The cholesterol fear is largely outdated. A 2018 review by the American Heart Association confirmed that for most seniors, consuming up to 1 whole egg per day is safe and does not raise heart disease risk. The real danger is missing out on the yolk's protective compounds. Egg whites alone may seem safe, but for seniors, they can create a nutritional gap. The yolk isn't the enemy, it's a shield. The final mistake on our list is even more serious. This habit with eggs has been linked to doubling cardiovascular risk in older adults. Mistake number 1: ignoring expired or cracked eggs. Many people dismiss this, but it's potentially the deadliest mistake. For seniors, consuming expired or cracked eggs can lead to severe infections, hospitalizations, or worse. Eggs might look harmless weeks past their date, or with small cracks, but danger lurks at the microscopic level. The eggshell is your main defense, protected by a natural coating called the cuticle or bloom. This seals in freshness and blocks bacteria. Once the shell cracks or the bloom deteriorates, bacteria like Salmonella enteritidis or E. coli can enter. Inside, these pathogens multiply, turning a healthy meal into a bacterial threat. A 2015 CDC report estimated that salmonella from eggs causes over 79,000 illnesses and 30 deaths annually in the U.S., with seniors making up most severe cases. Why are seniors more vulnerable? Age weakens stomach acid and immune defenses, allowing bacteria to survive longer and spread faster in the bloodstream. What might be a stomach bug for a younger adult can become sepsis in seniors, a life-threatening full-body infection. Even minor contamination from expired eggs can be dangerous for seniors. Expired eggs also lose structure and nutrients. pH rises, proteins break down, and yolks thin, creating an ideal environment for bacteria. A 2019 study in food control found that bacterial growth in eggs past their expiration date was 3 times higher than in fresh eggs, especially in cracked shells. The consequences for seniors can include food poisoning, kidney injury, electrolyte imbalances, and heart arrhythmias from severe dehydration. Prevention is simple. Always check the date on the carton and use the water float test. Fresh eggs sink, expired eggs float due to gas buildup. Cracked eggs, even with tiny cracks, should go straight in the trash. For seniors, there's no room for risk. A few cents saved isn't worth hospital bills or your health. Ignoring expired or cracked eggs may seem harmless, but for seniors, it can be the deadliest mistake. With that, we've reached the end of the countdown. Here's a recap. 7 egg-related mistakes that seem harmless, but can quietly become dangerous. Runny yolks carrying salmonella. Storing eggs near strong-smelling foods that seep through shells. Microwaving boiled eggs that explode. Washing eggs before storage. Removing their natural protection. Cooking in scratched Teflon pans that release toxins. Tossing yolks and keeping only whites. Starving the body of key nutrients. Eating cracked or expired eggs, inviting life-threatening infection. Now it's your turn. Which of these mistakes have you made? Which one surprised you the most? Share your experience in the comments. Your story could warn another senior. If this video opened your eyes, don't keep it to yourself. Hit like to spread the message, share with a friend or loved one who eats eggs daily, and subscribe to never miss our next urgent health video. Your health is your independence. Guard it, respect it, and don't let simple mistakes take it away. Questions or experiences to share? Drop them in the comments. We read them all. Thanks for watching. Choline builds acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter essential for memory. Deficiency can cause brain fog and increase dementia risk. Lutein and zeaxanthin accumulate in the retina, acting as natural sunglasses that filter harmful blue light. Without them, vision protection is compromised. The solution isn't to give up eggs. It's cooking them properly. Scrambled, hard-boiled, or fried until the yolk is firm ensures that heat destroys any hidden bacteria. If you prefer runny eggs, opt for pasteurized ones. These are heated during processing enough to kill bacteria, but not enough to cook the egg. Runny yolks may look Instagram-worthy, but for seniors, they're a ticking time bomb. And the next mistake is even more common. It happens before you even crack the shell, right at the grocery store.